all, how are you? Fine. I woke up this morning with mixed emotions. Just early in the morning, every time it would be very fresh and so peaceful to start your day. But once you are struck in your life without going ahead, or you are just dwelling or brooding over your past, then you might feel so obsessed in that gloominess. So yes, it's just another day, and well, I am about to switch something. I'm not able to understand what to reveal to you. Anyhow, so many of you might be preparing for some exams, competitive, or maybe in my case, I literally just dumped 2 job offers, and of course even resigned the third one. And I have been struggling for quite so long to achieve something big. Anyhow, but it all starts with small steps, simple steps, as you all know. Yes. So one of those simple steps, or the first step I have taken, is what I'm going to share with you today. Well, this is geography now. So half of you might have got a glimpse of what I'm talking about. I mean, in the sense for what sort of exams I have aspired for, and what actually makes the difference. You are all being students, or maybe also trying to appear for some other exams. Well, everyone will be so interested to just go through your school books. Actually, this is not my school book, this is NCERT standard, but I have completed in state syllabus where I topped in almost all exams. So with that confidence, or maybe overconfidence to be, I pity that, but yes, I just got back to my studies of school education. So, well, this is the first chapter in this. Well, you first go through the syllabus, make a list of the topics to be covered, and of course this is one among it, but you can't see directly in the syllabus book, but you have to understand some peculiar things that this also is comprised in the syllabus. I will discuss those all details in some other part, but as of now, you might feel that this is so clumsy, this is so hectic, to be frank, about this red, green, blue. This just implies the number of times I revised this book, but yet I'm not yet confident in the stuff that is given here. Of course, not peripherally this stuff, but altogether. That I mean that you will be so thinking that what's there in this. This is quite a childish stuff, of course, but yet you have to be childlike while reading any book. I think you got the difference. Childish in the sense you will be so ignorant while reading the stuff that okay, this is a planet, this is satellite, this is constellation. Well, I'm aware of it, so just move ahead. But childlike in the sense you must be so curious, you must be so vigilant while studying anything. So, well, how to be curious? Why can't I just finish this book in a day, in a single day, or just an hour is enough for me to finish this book off. You need not be so much extraordinary. Just even an average can also finish it off. Well said. But just listen to me once, then you will understand. I mean, today why I am suffering and why I consider myself as a failure with regard to some exams. So yes, here you can see that. You see what I wrote here, sir, mentioned NCERT lines that are to be revised. In the sense, I referred some YouTube videos, then I found some videos where the stuff is to be given. You will be wondering why the hell I wrote in such a way, because practically this is the first step not to be taken, and this is quite very important, because once you are passed out or a graduate and you are aspiring for something big, then you prepare with all your mighty energies to put it into that soul-driven thing. You will be so devoted, so motivated to start that. So you know what you will do. If you are a perfectionist, you will just you will be so pedantic, to be frank, in the sense you are so detailing to the minutest part of everything. So yes, that is an example of what I felt. So I thought that it is like a lifetime task to be done for the life, for my life. And yes, I felt that every minutest thing is to be done in an intensive care way. So yes, in such a way, I have just wrote this stuff. So whatever it is mentioned in the YouTube, or whatever the knowledge I gathered, everything is written down first of all, and it must be avoided, to be frank. Try to memorize the things as and when you get to be knowing about them, not just you write them, then you might be thinking that someday or the other I will just open my book and just go through that stuff. It is not going to happen anywhere soon, or you feel that you just get that glimpse that okay, I have already completed this stuff, so no need to, I mean, you won't focus much to study ahead. You are in that disillusionment that you completed this book and you know everything about it. For suppose you see these are the keywords from the topic. Okay, in these keywords I will just show you the other half in your mind. But you see, this is celestial bodies, stars, constellation, pole star, planets, satellite, orbit, asteroids, meteoroids, geoid, soul, yeah, so fine. These are all aware, you might be thinking, but yes, in competitive exams you have to be somewhat giving minutest details to everything. Celestial bodies, what does it mean? Heavenly bodies, or the things which are in the space. Stars, star means something shining bright. Constellation, okay, maybe group of stars. Pole star, as per my childhood knowledge, it is something like northern position. It is planets, okay, Earth, Mars, Venus, everything. Satellite, orbit, okay, ISRO doing space research and sending away satellites to the space. Orbit means, of course, the path where it goes. Asteroids, meteoroids, maybe yes, these are also some objects or something in the space. Geoid, yes. What I have told you so far is in layman terms, but this is not exactly what we are to remember for giving an exam, or to be frank, to be really knowledgeable. If you ask any other outsider, he will simply look and tell that this is what is meant by these terms and all. But just be childlike, be innocent, be curious, go through the stuff. So in the first phase, I mean, what I have read and what to be, how curious you are to be required while going through stuff. This is the purpose of the video, because everyone, if you open any concept or content, everyone will just tell you how to read, or they just simply explain you the stuff. But I would like to discuss with you here the mistakes I did, and of course you may learn some other stuff also. So just better do keep watching till the end. So yes, in this first phase you have some stuff. I literally read this, but this is not required at all. There is no requirement of this, but I was really so childlike, so I read it, but it's not required. Anyhow, coming to this part, yeah, this is in bold letters now. Full moon, new moon, Purnima, Amavasya, you are aware, but it's just introduced here, but you need to understand what exactly it is meant by. So why it is Purnima, why it is so bright on Purnima, and why it is so dark on new moon. So what are the positions of Earth, Moon and Sun? So that's what I just went into the internet and searched. Yes, full moon, in the sense, moon is Earth is in between sun and moon. You need not by heart anything, you just keep your heart and you will understand this stuff easily. And new moon, in the sense, moon is in between. You might be wondering, when moon is away from sun, how it is called full moon, but when moon is just in front of the sun, why it is called as a new moon, Amavasya? Because you see, we are observing it from the sun, from the earth, standing on the earth. So to be are you aware that we are always visible to one side of the moon? Moon is a satellite of earth. So yes, you I know you are not aware of these things: satellite, planet, star. These all are to be I mean, you will assume all in a dip of bowl, but no, these are not the same terms. These are to be filtered out, these are to be layered. These all appear to be the same stuff, but there are minutest details that are to be separated while going through this stuff. So it will be very interesting to know that moon is only a part visible to us, and whatever the part visible to us, it's not the brightest part of the moon, but earth, we feel that moon is so glistening. Please note my words properly. And what I'm saying is, you see, in the rhymes or poems, you feel that moon is so gigantic, moon is so beautiful, moon is bright, moon is shining, moon is so bright, it is like a full moon day, it is so bright, you feel that, but not exactly. The moon, which is not visible for us, is much more beautiful and much more bright than the part of the moon which is visible to us from the earth. It happens, and you can just Google it also. This is the reality. So whatever the moon visible to us on the full moon day, it is not bright, but we feel it as bright. But the other side of the moon is the most brightest part, because it is directly facing the sun, but that's not visible to us because we are on earth. Okay. And yes, so how to be curious further? Constellation, here it is given what is it meant by, and pole star, north star, yes, it is in the same position. You see here the North Star indicates the northern direction. It is also called the pole star. It always remains in the same position in the sky. That's why it is in the north. It is so called as a North Star. Okay, and what we need to differentiate here, what is celestial body, planet, star, and all. So here I have again gone through the net and gathered this information. I mean, what I am about to tell is don't just rely on the material itself, like the study stuff itself. You need to be curious to learn the actual differences. But suppose here celestial bodies are nothing but like the heavenly bodies, or it is like overall holistic things that we can observe in the space. But coming to the other things in the space, we have stars and planets. These are to be rigorously, these are to be detailed. You see, stars and planets, these are like two contrary things. Okay, contrary things. Star is also a celestial body, but it does have its own heat and light, and it emits out. Example is sun. Planet is also a celestial body, but it doesn't have its own heat and light, but it appears to be shining because it is lit by some other star. Okay, like a planet or moon, earth, moon, everything comes under the stuff of planet. Okay, but even moon can be called as a satellite because it is orbiting around the sun. Okay, so planet can be called a satellite. Planet can be called a satellite. Moon is obviously a satellite, and any object that is orbiting around the sun is called satellite. And Earth is a planet because it is lit by the light of other stars. Unlike sun is a hydrogenous sphere of gases that emits its own light, and it's a bright star. But that's not the case with Earth or Moon, because these are not self-illuminating bodies, but these are non-luminous bodies where they shine because they are being lit or being glowed by some other stars like the sun. And how to be curious here? Well, this is not actually required, but I felt very curious, so I found this. Dhruva is a devotee of Lord Narayan, Vishnumurti, and you will also come across Shapta Rishis, 7 Rishis. They offer Pradakshanam and request Vishnu to keep them there. These are the Saptarishis, the 7 sages, or the sons of Brahma and Saraswati, and you will be wondering to learn about these 7 people, 7 sages. Okay, Kashyap and Anasuya, Atri are the couple. Okay, Anasuya, you might be aware of a story in our childhood days. You might have listened to it. One day Trimurtulu, like Shiva, Brahma and Lord Vishnu, come down to the earth to test the sacredness of the devotee named Anasuya. So they ask them, they come down, they want to test her with respect to her modesty or her ideal nature of feminine. So they ask her to just feed them. They are on a way ahead or on a journey, so they are very hungry. Likewise they said, but really on that day Anasuya at her home, she doesn't have anything to offer, but these people are hungry. So with her powers she converts them into 3 babies. Then she offers them her milk, like breastfeeding. Okay, so to make them feel good enough, in order to feed them, she turned into a nagged woman that she could breastfeed them. Okay, that's the story behind it. So Anasuya, Atri, and Arundhati Vasishtha. So in the marriages usually we see the bride and groom, they are posing for looking at a star called Arundhati. So Arundhati is an ideal wife, and Arundhati, Vasishtha, these are ideal couple. Okay, and Viswamitra, he is the most powerful poet. He wrote a Gayatri mantra. And Ahalya Gautama, okay, Ahalya, stone Ahalya, okay, Jamadagni, Bharodwaja. So yes, you see here, these 7 sages live for a period of time called Manvantara, and it is also called as Age of Manu. So this is what I digged further deep, but not much required, but out of curiosity I did. So guidance is important here. If you are very childlike, then you are obvious to just delve deep into everything. It is good and it is required. For most of the part, it is not required. So what should be read, what should be left out, is the deciding factor for winning in the competitive exams. You see here, this is the beautiful figure given out. Yes, and here again, this is like days, orbital period. So how much time it is required for the planets to revolve around the sun is called the orbital period. Should we remember this? I don't know, but maybe if you are writing for some state level exams or SSC kind of exams, there you need to write many things, so by heart it for that. But for UPSC level, I think it's not required. Inner planets, outer planets. You see, what are these meant by? Inner planets means these are just nearer to the sun, like Mars, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. These are called inner planets, and these have a terrestrial surface. They have atmosphere around them, whereas outer planets are the rest of the other 4 planets. They do not have any surface over them. That means there is nothing like lithosphere or crust. These are just atmosphere, gaseous. The surface is gaseous, okay? So there is nothing like you can land on them. That's why they are called outer planets. And between those, you got here in the figure, it is like asteroid belt. Between those two is the asteroid belt. So this is also required. Well, we shall see it for you. And the soul means sun god. Okay, and here it is about geography, how to reason. Of course, this is of 6th standard, but yet you have to be childlike and so careful while going through the stuff. And spelling mistake, astronomers it should be. I really googled it. I'm telling you now, I was very so childlike that I googled this, but it's like astronomers. Okay, here it is also about other stuff. These numbers are to be memorized. Yes, of course, if it is for SSC and state. Otherwise, just a mere idea is enough. And you see here, women are from Venus, men are from Mars. You often listen to that, no? That is the thing here. And geoid. Geoid means the shape of the earth. It's neither circular or spherical, but the shape itself is called geoid. Why is it so? Geoid in the sense, it's not like a circle or not like a 3D sphere, but I'm saying it is geoid in the sense it is flattened at the top, then bulged in the surroundings, then again flattened. Okay, not exactly, but something like this shape. Okay, flattened at the poles, bulged at the sides. This is what we call it as geoid. Okay, why it appears as blue planet? Here it is given. It appears as blue planet because we have already discussed, because it is a planet as it is getting shined, it is getting illuminated. It's not self, but it's getting illuminated by other star. And velocity of light 8.31 minutes for the sunlight to reach the earth, and 1.3 seconds and 1 minute 3 seconds for the moon's light to reach the earth. Okay, Neil Armstrong, here it is just merely mentioned that Neil Armstrong is the first man to step on the surface of the moon. Well, it is given mistake. It is 21st July. And how you have to dig it deeper? He went on Apollo spaceship and he landed in a region on the moon called Sea of Tranquility. And 21st July is actually a summer solstice day. Okay, what is summer solstice and the winter solstice or equinox? Everything I will be dealing with in the other video. Of course, satellite, you just go to the definition, but here the keyword to be remembered is it is orbiting. And then here, planet can also be called as satellite. You are not aware, isn't it? Planet and satellite, you think that these are two different entities, but yes, you can call planet as satellite. And in SAT, IRS, EduSat, you must be curious enough to get those full forms. Okay, Indian remote sensing satellite, EduSat and all. And here it is about how the satellite is entering the space. Anyhow, here it is given 27 days, and this stuff is important because it's once asked in the UPSC assertion and reasoning type of question. The moon moves around the earth in 27 days. takes one complete spin, one side of moon is visible to us. So yes, you need to be aware that the rate of rotation of moon is equal to the rate of revolution of the moon around the earth. Rotation in the sense around itself, whereas revolution means around the earth. It is both the same, 27 days. And the curiosity should be like 15 days Krishna Paksha, 15 days Shukla Paksha, waning and waxing of the moon, and you get 2 Ekadasis in a month. Okay. Asteroids, meteoroids, shooting star hits the ground due to friction. It hits the ground, and Milky Way galaxy or universe is big, and yes, there is nothing much stuff here. Okay, and these questions are to be answered. You can do it once you are aware. And here you just see here asteroids. As I said, this is these are found between Mars and Jupiter. Means you immediately it must be striking for you that we're talking about inner planets and outer planets, and these are the keywords of this chapter. But yet again, you just have to remember everything related to this. Stars in the sense not like a layman, but with the true knowledge you have to say, which emit their own heat and light, and these are bright. But whereas planets, they get just shined by the light of other stars. And satellite means immediate keyword must be orbiting. And asteroids, meteoroids, are you aware of the term disaster? Okay, here also aster and here also aster. Aster means star, okay, in Greek language, whereas this means bad, something of negativity, okay, bad star. And thus it is named as disaster whenever we have natural calamities. And something from the star etymology, here also it is given as asteroids, meteoroids. Okay, and the meteoroids in the sense these are nothing but asteroids itself, part of the planet that are broken off, but yet they are shining bright, and you feel them as shooting stars, because whenever they just drop down from the space onto the earth due to frictional force in the atmosphere, you may feel them as if they are burning. Of course, obviously due to the rupture they get burnt, and that light is what is shown for us as a shooting star. Okay, and Sol means sun god, G means earth, and Graphia means study or writing of something. So geography, yes, these are the words. But the thing is, you shouldn't be a layman. You should be somewhat curious enough to memorize the things, and you should make a note of the keywords. You just don't make novel reading, okay? Novels or storybooks, like, just don't go in that way. Just be like childlike, and you need to be having these content on your fingertips. Just don't assume that I know the stuff, but no, you should be having this content in your heart on your fingertips. Okay,